Islam Makhachev could potentially be getting stripped here. Ilia Topuria, they're all saying these are all rumors, right? So much fucking like hearsay, so it's hard for me to say. So it hasn't been an official report from the UFC, but they're saying Ilia Topuria training camp started. He announced that. They're also saying Ilia Topuria will be fighting for an undisputed or vacant title. It will not be an interim, meaning either Islam fights Ilia or he gets stripped and moves up to welterweight. Very complicated
Yeah,
situation here.
I don't even know if I put any. You know what I feel like? You know when there's no week of UFC, you hear all these kind of stories come out.
Because they ain't no content to post about the fucking
Right,
fights, yeah.
right. So I don't know how much weight I put on
You
these
notice
stories.
I haven't really been posting all that stuff, right, on my Instagram because it's
Yeah.
a lot of it's hearsay. Like, I don't know the reporter that's reporting this, the Mexican name.
How would you strip Islam?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we haven't heard
Like how
anything
would
from Islam.
I mean, you're talking about one of the greatest, almost becoming the GOAT, the number one pound for pound. What is seven? I don't know how much. What 13, 10, a 12 fight win streak. There's no way they would do that.
No.
That'd be the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I'm glad you said that because that's the thing, right? Islam stripped. I guess that's only a potential if, I guess, what's his name fights for the vacant title, though.
Okay, here's the only thing. If he finds out May 15th that the winner is JDM and he moves up and he vacates it, that I can sell. I can buy.
Yeah, but I think that's crazy. I don't see JM getting the win. We could rewind the tape. You know what I mean? But I don't his odds of that happening are very bleak. Let me say this, right? It's everybody's been saying this, so let me say this.
Okay.
Yes, Islam Makhachev. We will give you the credit if you fight Ilia Topuria next. We will not say he's another featherweight you beat. We will give you all the credit you deserve. Case
So
end
you don't
point.
think you don't think he gets all the credit he deserves at this moment?
This is the whole argument why he doesn't want to fight Ilia because they're saying people will just say I fought another featherweight because the last two were against fucking Volkanovski. Then you know what I'm saying? He's saying I want to fight a real lightweight. I don't want to fight a featherweight. But bro, Ilia is the fucking guy. I don't care about all your politicking. Ilia is the guy, bro. And you could
Mm-hmm.
play this narrative. This is how the fighters do it though. It's all a game. So it's politics, right? It's disingenuine. I'm gonna call it out again. Keyword of the day: disingenuine. It, Islam is saying this stuff, but he doesn't mean it. Islam really wants Ilia to get more fights under his belt, more wear and tear on his body, so it's more even. Right now, you got the fresh up and comer, the fresh contender, knocking out everybody. Islam wants him to face some more adversity so then he can get his hands on him. That's what he's saying without saying it. Otherwise, you would fight him.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
it doesn't matter about the whole featherweight thing. Everybody respects a super fight. And this guy just knocked out the last two featherweight goats, Max and Alex, back to back. So
mhm.
you're gonna get all the respect you deserve. So that whole narrative, you're just saying things, but it doesn't really mean anything. All the fans would respect it.
And I think that I think a lot of this also came out is because Ilia Topuria posted in training camp now, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of got
And then
everybody.
DDP fell out, so it's like we need a fight for International Fight Week. I guess this is leading to my next thing, the main event for International Fight Week. Islam versus Ilya sounds like a great fucking fight to me. If Islam wants to stop fucking playing around. Because I already said my piece about how he's being disingenuine, and now, since we all know that that's fucking the standard of what's happening right now, now it's just time to say this. You need to be the main event for International Fight Week against Ilia Topuria, or you're fucking playing around.
I'll say this: like, who the next best option is what Armin,
We don't care about
but
that
I think
anymore.
Armin lost.
Ilya's a way bigger name, bro.
Yeah, I think yeah, and I think we thought if I thought big picture, Ilya versus Islam is definitely the fight that everybody would be like, okay, let's fucking go.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah,
And genuine answer on your part. Who would you give Islam more credit for beating? Ilya or Arman?
Ilya just because he has so much hype around him.
He's got, in my opinion, Ilya too. He's got gold. He's beat better guys than, dude.
Yeah,
Max could easily knock out Arman.
and he's gonna sell the fight to like he will make us hate him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Like
we got it right there.
yeah, I mean one thing I love about Ilya is like he plays dude that I don't want to like to the T.
He really does. He's great at
Because
it.
his confidence just is like, bro, I'm better than everybody.
Facts. So that's could be the main event, International Fight Week, co-main, Khamzat Imavov interim middleweight title for when Dreykus returns from shin
You know what I
injury.
was gonna say? I watched the Joe Rogan interview with Ilia. I don't know why, bro, but I thought that shit was boring. I couldn't get past the first 20 minutes.
Really?
I don't know why.
Well, Joe's interviews, to be honest with you, they're not the best anymore. Those he kind of lost his touch. And shout out to Joe. I know he's trying to just give fighters publicity, which is fine, but
Yeah, of course.
like you know, they're not the best anymore. I will admit that. I don't really watch them
I
as
don't know. There
much
was
either.
something. I don't know what it was. It was just something that I was just like.
Was it the duo, or was it Ilia, or was it Joe, or what would you kind of pin the blame on? The chemistry, or like what would you kind of pin it on if you could put it on one thing?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah. For me, I think Joe, he used to be able to get away with some of the part where it's like, I'm just going to shoot the shit with you and talk and have a conversation. But I feel like nowadays times have changed a little bit where like I would like to have him have more of an intentional conversation where he can hit on big key points of things. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's too casual. It's like, what am I sitting here listening to? Two guys talking? You know, like, because I'm a grown ass man, right? So I don't really care about Joe and fucking Ilia talking about like how they cook their fucking steak. You feel me? But I'm tuning in because I want to know about Ilia's kind of like what's next for him and all this stuff, which they eventually get to, but you got to sit there for like an hour to get to it.
But even with Ilia when I was watching, I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was something even about Ilia. It was something about him too.
Fair enough. But hey, you know, that's one of the future stars. You're going to have to keep listening to him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get
You're gonna have
that.
to, but like you said, he plays that part good, so you respect it. But he's not entertaining. Not everybody is.
No, in most interviews, I think he is though.
Oh, it was just that one.
It was just this one.
I'll say I think it's partially Joe Rogan. Like I just said,
Okay.
you got to listen to a lot of bullshit before you get to the good stuff. So if you only listen to 20 minutes, you might have just like, you know, they're just talking about some bullshit probably.